So today we're going to talk about stakeholders, and I think it's really important first to define what stakeholders really are, right?
Yeah.
And it's not that stakeholders are a specific position at the company.
That's
They can be. Like the buyer is often the CEO or the buyer is often the CFO, but it's not always like that.
Exactly.
So maybe one way to think about it is there are like 5 different kinds of buyers.
That's it. Yeah.
Or,
Sure.
I mean, sorry, 5 different kinds of stakeholders.
That's
There's a buyer, which you absolutely have to have. There's the amplifiers.
Amplifiers, you have the seekers, influencers. They can be drivers, the 3 of them. Okay?
Right.
One way or another, they can be drivers. And
So,
then
they're making the deal go better or go worse.
or
for
go
you.
worse, exactly.
And then you have coaches.
Coaches.
Some people call the coaches champions, right?
Exactly. I call them champions actually. I prefer to call them champions. Why? Because this name actually is making them get a certain value in the sales process.
Right.
So let's go back first to the first
Well,
one. to the
first,
buyers.
what do the champions do?
The champion is someone that is a big fan of your brand within the company.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do everything, okay, to bring anyone that needs to be involved in the sales cycle and in the sales process to make that sale happen. Yes or yes.
Okay. So if
big fan.
you don't always have one. You don't always have
one.
But if you do, your life is a lot easier.
Exactly. So when you are a sales guy, you are actually praying. When you are prospecting, you are praying to find a champion within a company.
Okay.
For example, let's take an example with the Power Business School. For example, we have 90,000 alumni all over the world. Each one of them is working in a company. Okay. These 90,000 people that we impacted positively. Impacted their lives positively. We gave them a lot of value. They share this value with us after being finishers, of our programs. They can be our champions in each and every company that will cross their path, their professional path.
And what do we do to help them do their job?
Well, actually, it's something that your product is doing for you. You know, you had from the B2C perspective, a person that had a need. Took a program, for example, and this had a positive impact in their growth, in their professional growth. So if it's something that impacted this way their growth professionally, they're gonna be talking about it. It's gonna be part of their story. So each time they change companies, they're gonna be talking about themselves.
Right. So they're in there. They're making it happen for them.
Yeah, they are making.
They're doing sales. It's like an inside. Are they giving? So some people call them coaches. Is that because they're giving us inside information?
Yes, and also the curiosity that someone within the decision-making process can actually go directly and talk with them. Yeah. The only thing that, from our perspective, we can do is actually mention that there are people that are actually our alumni, and they are part of the company.
Yeah.
To the decision makers.
Yeah.
And the decision makers, I'm sure 100% that they will have a chat with these guys. They will ask them about the programs. They will ask them about some specific stuff, And that's something that you are sure 100% that the information that will be given to this decision maker is going to be right because it's someone that actually
they know
the program. They used your product.
Okay. Let's talk about influencers. So influencers, that sounds to me like that's good news. Are the influencers they're basically like coaches? Like what are the influencers? Are they always on our side?
No. I think the influencers are not the ones that you see on social media. Okay, right. It's different.
Okay.
Why do we call them influencers? Because they influence the decision somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. You have 2 sides. You have the guy that it will influence positively, and the guy that will say, it doesn't work with me.
Yeah. So you should focus on the guy that's the positive influence?
Not necessarily. It depends. You can do something. I try to make it this way. Super easy. If you have someone that is not 100% a big fan of you implementing your solution, and you have another one, bring them both and sit down with both, and evaluate the information that they will give you, process the information that they will give you. But your number one objective will be to convince the one that said no.
Yeah.
And put him on the side of the one that says yes. Okay? Because obviously you will need to have a balance when you are trying to enter a company. It's obvious, you know. If the path is very easy for you to enter, it's not gonna be that good, you know. The value is not gonna be a high value. Let's say the perception of the value is gonna be different.
Okay.
And then you have the seekers.
The seekers, yeah.
The seekers are basically, Martin, we want to buy, I don't know, new chairs, okay? So you're gonna conduct the research. You're gonna conduct the research, you're gonna get as much information. I don't want you to process the information to tell me if it's worth it or not or anything. I want you to get me as much information as possible.
Right. Like doing research on what's available in the market.
Exactly. Do me a lot of research. I want research. I don't want to compare. I don't want to contrast anything yet.
Yeah.
I want research.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is this color better than this one? Why is this kind of design better than this one? And why this one is more expensive than this one, etc. Blah, 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 blah. And you get a set of information. As we said in a lot of classes, more information you have, the better you sell.
Well, yeah, but should you spend a lot of time with seekers? Because if their job is just to be doing research, do you get a lot of value from trying to sell to a seeker?
You're gonna pinpoint a lot of information, valuable information. You know, a seeker is someone. It's like if we take it to a normal sales process, it's gonna be the pre-work that a BDR should do regarding a company, for example, the sector, their numbers, who's doing what, etc., etc., etc. And you get this information. It's very valuable information. Don't underestimate the work of a seeker. Never, never underestimate the work of a seeker.
But they're not like. I mean, I don't get the feeling that they're going to do a lot of influencing one way or the other. They're mainly just taking information and passing it along.
Yeah, I mean, they need to pass the information to the right person in order to process.
And so amplifiers are so these are all drivers, right? The influencers, seekers, and amplifiers. They're involved in the deal, but they're not signing the deal. So the amplifiers how are they different from influencers?
Think of let's put it this way. Think of a crowd, okay? And think of something that you're gonna put to this crowd, music, okay?
So you're like a festival, music festival.
Music festival. Imagine that there is a new song coming, okay? So before putting the song, there is someone that will come and will automatically put you in the mood so that the song that you're gonna hear is gonna be the song that you're gonna like, and you're gonna dance on it during a lot of time, and you're gonna listen to it and stream it a million of times, you know. So this is the amplifier. The amplifier will say, hey, you know what, guys, this is a crazy product.
Right.
Crazy product.
Yeah.
I've been looking around, I've been reading reviews about it, I've been talking or seeing posts from finishers all the time, if you talk about our programs, for example. I've been hearing a lot of echoes, and there were positive echoes regarding this product. So they basically see the value of your product. They perceive the value of your product. And that's the perfect way to amplify positively the word of mouth regarding your products within a company or within a society in general.
Right.
You know? So it's very important also. The amplifier is a key person in terms of driving the sale or driving the decision maker to bring him and sit down with him.
So are amplifiers the same as champions?
There is a fine line, let's say, between the amplifiers and you know, maybe regarding the position that they can have. They can have a better position, for example. A champion can be any person within the company. It can be a trainee, and it can be a CEO. You know?
But maybe the important thing is to remember that they're both stakeholders that are going to help you move the deal forward.
Exactly.
And that, you know, spending a lot of time saying, "Oh, this is an amplifier." No, it's not. That doesn't make any sense. They're both people that are helping to move the deal forward.
I mean, as soon as you have people that are willing to collaborate in order for you to get there and make that solution happen within a company, give them as much value as possible. Sit down with them, talk with them. Maybe sometimes, as we said in the part of the champions, you don't even need to talk with them because they already promoted because they used your product, for example. But in terms of amplifiers, maybe they have a direct line with the decision maker. We don't know.
Right.
You know? If you have a champion that is a trainee, for example, he doesn't have a direct line with the CEO, you know, or with his head of department. Maybe he's talking to his direct manager, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and the direct manager should talk to his head, and the head should talk with the director of regional director, for example, and the regional director will talk to the CEO. You know.
Yeah.
So each step of the way, you're gonna have people that can have high influence, that can maybe question your product or maybe say good things about your product. But obviously, you need to categorize them depending on the decision making that they have, the power that they can have within the company.
Yeah,
You know?
and it helps you decide how you're gonna
move forward.
Move forward.
Okay.
And basically, is a common path to go coaches, drivers, buyer.
Exactly.
Because you probably don't try to contact the buyer first.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to contact the buyer first, as we say here in my team at the BDRs, you are contacting the dragon. You're gonna get what you're gonna get from a dragon if you come close to one. So you always need to bring that symbiosis between all parts, and everyone is trying to promote your product. Everyone is talking about you. As I told you also in another class, there are people that come calling us back and saying, "Hey, everyone is talking about you. What do you want?" You know?
Yeah. So that's your objective, right?
Exactly.
So you're going through the coaches, probably you're going through the first, starting with the coaches, then the influencers. You want the negative influencers as many times as you can to flip to positive.
Exactly.
And then the amplifiers to all sort of be talking to each other, and that's how you get to your buyer.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's the route. And then when you do this, the CEO or the decision maker comes, and it's a smooth conversation.
Yeah.
Very smooth conversation. You know, they open up easily. They see that a lot of people are talking about the product. They see that a lot of people are contributing to make the word come to the ears of the decision maker.
Right.
Everyone is making noise to make this sale happen. You know, so even psychologically, you are prepared to sit down, to listen, and to think together with the company or with the people that want to implement a product and solve a problem for you. You are open to listen to them.
And so there's like the buyer, their signaling is telling them, this is a good deal.
Exactly, that's it. And the other way around also, if you try to do it and your product was not a good fit and your product didn't have a good value, etc., the other way around will happen. People will say, it's not gonna work. People will say, you know what, I used it and I'm not a champion.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan. And you know what, I'm gonna be talking directly to the CEO to tell him, hey, you know what, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna benefit anything, you know. So think of it like, I need to make everything happen within the company, create noise. You know, you have to make a lot of noise anytime you enter a company in order to know exactly who is with you and who is not with you.